Hello and welcome to my channel, Kromus here. Today I am bringing you the battle Stalker, a character specialized in neutralizing enemies quickly and efficiently from far away. This is a blend of Battle Master and Gloom Stalker, with strong melee and ranged attacks and lots of utility. If you are looking for a durable skirmisher focused on single target damage, then this is for you. Before I introduce the build summary, let me tell you I will start next Monday at 5 PM UTC a hardcore challenge run in this channel. The stream will happen on YouTube for now, and this will be the build for Taff, our main character. As for today's build, we are going for a character focused on finishing enemies quickly and swiftly. Battle Master will give us access to trip attacks and menacing strikes, so we can pin down in place the targets that we cannot finish right away. The Gloom Stalker subclass will grant us an extra attack in the first round of combat, plus extra initiative. On top of that, we are going to get the feat Alert early in the game to have unmatched speed. This way we will always act first, allowing us to burst down priority targets. Since this build is planned for a hardcore run challenge, we will wear heavy armor, so we are more difficult to take down. Kindly read the description of this video to understand my thought process and some considerations for these guides. Also, click the button down below to support my content. Without delay, let's begin. We will start as a fighter, getting access to second wind and a fighting style. We're going to choose archery since our main source of damage will be ranged attacks. For our ability points, we are going for strength and dexterity mostly, with a little bit of constitution. At level 2 we get action surge, granting us an extra action, and once we reach level 3 we will choose our subclass, which will be Battle Master. This will give us access to maneuvers. We will have a total of 4 at this point, and these will recharge on a short rest. We can spend these to use different tactics while in battle. We will go for trip attack, riposte and menacing attack. Riposte is indeed my favorite since it will utilize a reaction to deliver a powerful counter attack. At level 4 we get to choose our first feat, and it's going to be Heavy Armor Master. This will round up our strength to 18, and it will reduce incoming non-magical damage by 3. On the next level we get our extra attack, and at fighter level 6 we get access to a second feat. This is unique to the fighter class, and we're going to take Alert. This way we will not be surprised, which I think is important since we are playing on hardcore, right? We don't want to get suddenly smashed to pieces by a bad encounter. At character level 7 we are going to multi-class into Ranger. We're going to get Bounty Hunter since it will make the enemies have disadvantage when we use Ensnaring Strike. Also, for our Natural Explorer we will take Resistance to Fire damage. Keep in mind that most of the time we will use Hunter's Mark. We will not use much Ensnaring Strike. And something I really like about this build is we can maintain concentration better since we started as a fighter and we have proficiency in concentration. So you will definitely not need to recast Hunter's Mark all the bloody time. That is what happens when you are a pure ranger, for example. We also get access to a second fighting style. I go for defense since my focus is survivability. If you want to go a bit more aggressive, you can go for a different fighting style. At level 9 we choose our subclass for Ranger, Gloom Stalker. So we get a free extra attack at the beginning of each combat. We will also have some stealth mechanics, but we will not use since we will have disadvantage as we are wearing heavy armor. At character level 10 we go for our third feat, that will be ability improvement, dexterity. I know it comes a little bit late, but I feel the other two feats are vital for a hardcore run. You can take this early if you feel the need. At character level 11 we will get our 7th level in fighter. This will give us extra maneuvers and maneuvers dice to utilize during our turn. You have great choices. At this point you just can pick whatever you prefer. In my case, I went for fainting attack. This will give you advantage, so it's interesting if you really want to make sure you want to finish somebody off, and pushing attack, since it is fun to do as well. And in our final level we will get yet another feat. So in this case you can go for sharpshooter. Personally, I don't like sharpshooter that much because honestly I hate to miss. So in this case I went for ability improvement, dexterity. Now that the build is complete, I will do a small combat showcase to see how the build works and what kind of skills you can do. So these are the items. They are not extremely powerful because the idea behind this combat is to highlight the character and the skills and not so much demolishing everyone while being under haste and some bloodlust elixir. I currently have a heavy crossbow. This has a special skill called brace, but what it does is once you activate it, you can spend movement points and you will roll twice on your damage rolls. So I think this is great and synergizes well with our build, since we want to start doing a lot of damage and utilizing our action surge in the very first turn in conjunction with this brace skill, which is free to use pretty much because it will only consume movement points. The dwarf will be completely cancelled out of this combat since we managed to apply the frighten effect on him. So he will have disadvantage attacking us, and on top of that he cannot move. So this is excellent for us because we save some time. Now what happens with this combat in this video is that I pull the whole thing. There are like 6 enemies. And I will leave the whole thing just to see that I managed to kill them all. Of course I will suffer a lot of damage, but it is what it is. This also highlights the main flaw of this character, of this build, is that you do not have area of effect attacks. So one thing to compensate this is, for example, wearing a two-handed axe. This could help alleviate this. However, keep in mind that this build is thought to be played in a group with support from other party members. I'm going to combine this with a Tiger Barbarian that will have a lot of AoE attacks, and on top of that he will be able to inflict bleeding and immobilizing enemies as well. The rest of the combat we are just trading blows, so I decided to speed it up ×2. So like I said in the beginning, this is the build that I will use for my TAF in the upcoming hardcore run. So I'm very excited to showcase that on my channel. I'm also very new to streaming, so if you want to show up, that would be great. Otherwise I will post the footage and some edited version of the run in the YouTube as well, so don't worry about that, you will not miss anything. Let me know in the comments if you enjoyed this build, what are your thoughts and what things you could improve. I must say I was also hesitating to do an Eldritch Knight 8 mixed with Stalker. I made the build and I tried it out. However, the main issue that I had is that it's more difficult to multi-class it, because once you reach Eldritch Knight level 6, you want to get Eldritch Knight level 7, because you want to access level 2 spells that you will get at level 7, and you will also have the war magic. So that will delay further the levels in Ranger, and then at some point it's like, okay, it doesn't make any sense to do it this way. As usual, thank you very much for watching and see you in the next one. Adios!